Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Oakland Raiders. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Ready? 525.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Yeah, let's get set.
This is Peyton Barber. He led them in rushing a season ago. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 37 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key to left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
And the Raider first down.
Ready? Back 25. Behind. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Barber on 1st and 10. Holton Hill, the one there to bring him down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. This is Jalen Richard, the 4th-year man from Southern Miss. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your...
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Peyton Barber. His first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd-year back from Florida State. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
A loss of 2 brings up 3rd and 10.
Tight end right. Tight end right.
First.
Mike 8. Mike 8.
Gun.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
43-yard line.
Ready. Blue lady.
Check. You know it.
Flip it. Let's keep bringing it. Let's go.
Following the interception, Winston eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too, and you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people.
Second and 5 now. Winston into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a run with Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Like the high.
What's tight? Tight end's right. What's tight? Tight end's right. Hey. 4 down.
Gun.
Mike 8.
Through.
Watch the run. Hatchet. Kill. Sponge. No.
Rose.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Winston being chased out left. Now he's going to go deep. Oh, wide complete. That all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Jalen Richard, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers, but now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Cousins. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
13 yards on the play.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They go play action here on first down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Cook. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Cousins now. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick-6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 41-yard line.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here we go. Here we go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 44-yard line.
Five's the mic. Five's the mic. You.
From the 44, Cousins. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Gun. Yellow. Slam. Shoot. Black.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's got this down to the 35. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35.
That's good for our Vikings. First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, steamer. 3. Mike 8.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. It's caught by Sanders. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Black 25. 59. And let's pin the mirror.
Jameis now on 1st down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
A gain there of 21 yards. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
All day, baby, let's go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They run it again with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 77 yards. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. On the ground, it's Barber to start the drive. Xavier Rhodes makes the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Once again, it's Barber. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll try and run here with Barber. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. To throw, Winston. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Winston. Complete to Bryant. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. He completes it to Bryant. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. They'll run on first down. Richard. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, here we go. Hey,
Play action now. Winston. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Winston gives to Barber. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Peyton Barber with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up. 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Levante David, the Bucs' leading tackler, 6 of the last 7 years in there to make the stop. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one, 44 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Darian Conley, the one to bring him down. So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Again, it's Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, can't. Hey, dude.
Hey, watch the slant. Mike 5.
Gun.
I got 1. 5's the Mike.
To throw, Cousins. Letting one go deep for the end. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
On the tackle that time, it's Trey Waynes. On 2nd and 9, Winston, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. On third down, Winston. That's complete to Richard, the running back. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They'll get 34 yards there. On first down, Richard. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith. The Raiders on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Winston. It's caught by Bryant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. They'll run on first down. It's Barber. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
First down, they go with Barber again. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
3rd and long for Winston. Tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
Now Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Cleveland Farrell able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Mike 8. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Check it out, Reed. Switch.
Gun.
3rd and long for Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
Come get some. Come on here. Come
Gun.
He don't want it.
Black.
Back. Deuce.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing up?
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Hey, Orbit.
One last shot now for Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So this one, a victory for the Oak.
We saw in this one today's defense. And what I mean by that is, in the old days, pitching shutout.